Go on.
Yeah, whatever.
Second date update.
That guy's a cheater. I'm just manifesting.
Ooh, it's Confession Wednesday.
Tell us your secrets.
It's the Jon and Chantel radio podcast.
It's a podcast?
It's a podcast.
Oh.
Jon and Chantel's radio podcast. It is Thursday. Good morning, Jon and Chantel. I know we had Monday off, but this week is dragging. I don't know what's going on in my life to where I'm like, wait, it's not Friday yet?
Right.
I woke up this morning.
And we had Monday off.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm way off.
Are you too?
Yeah, I mean, I've been just like all over the place this week.
I do wonder, like, my schedule's been off because the kids were gone for 2 weeks and I traveled during this time. And then we've had all these holidays to where...
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
July this year threw me for a loop. I'm ready for August.
I need a routine. I'm better on a routine.
I've never been one to say that.
Uh-huh.
And, yeah, this is 30. This is the 30s. I need a routine.
You can do improv through your 20s, but come 30, it's time for a script.
Yeah, I really need just someone to tell me what to do.
Saw this on Twitter this morning, and I'm like, I might try this out. It's the 30-second iPhone hack.
Oh.
Are you familiar with grayscale mode?
Where it makes everything black and white?
Yeah. Have you ever heard of this?
I mean, I know what grayscale is, but I don't know why I would want it.
Because it makes your phone less appealing and addicting. Right now, your phone has been created and invented for you to stare at it, for it to come, show up in the corner of your eye. Much how you and I have talked about how we turn our phone upside down.
Yeah.
Because we don't want it to attract our attention.
Like, I'll have it on the desk here.
Yeah.
If it lights up while we're talking, squirrel, you've lost my attention.
Right, exactly. But with something like grayscale mode, it doesn't do that.
Oh. So
you can stay more focused if you're working, or if you're on a lunch date or a dinner date, and you'll see your screen time and your focus rise by about 30%. So screen time drops. Yeah.
Yeah. I've always wondered, how they have like the Kindle, which are like, those. It's like a screen, but it's different. Why they didn't make any phones that look like Kindles, where like they still have the information, but they're just less appealing.
For that reason. They want you on them.
They want you on them.
I've never read a Kindle, but I'm always like, is it easy on the eyes?
I know.
Doesn't it look weird? Like,
it looks weird to me.
Do your eyes hurt the same way as when you look at a computer screen?
I want to be threatened with paper cuts when I read.
I've always mocked Jen. Jen's in a book club, and she's been lapping me like 3 times over with books lately, but she does it all through Audible. And, we've often fought on this show, like, if listening to a book is the same as reading a book. I did jump on the bandwagon this summer.
And how's it going?
I've been crushing books because it's so much easier.
Right.
Because now I can work out and listen to a book at the same time.
But is it even a book at that point, or is it just
my
a
point.
podcast?
That's what I have always said to her. I'm like, you're not reading these, because she's like, I read 28 books this year. And I'm like, no, you didn't. You listened to 28 books.
Yeah, I do think it's different.
Same difference.
I think it's different.
I know, that's what I've always said. One way or another, though, I'm getting through them.
That's good.
In fact, I found a few of the textbooks for this semester.
Oh.
I started listening to one yesterday, trying to get ahead of the game.
Wow, look at you.
Snorefest. Snorefest.
When you said textbook, I went, oh, pass.
I was like, oh, maybe I'll just go for a run and listen to the...
Oh, no.
Yeah, looking forward to it. It's going to be a huge semester. All right, let's do a quote. We'll kick off today's show. Ever tried? Ever failed? No matter. Try again. Fail again. Fail better.
And just be a good failure.
Listen.
Be the best failure there ever was.
Fail in the biggest way possible today.
That's what I try to do.
And then you know what you do? You go, that was the wrong path.
That was not the right one.
I'll take one little step this way and I'll try this path.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens now. Colossal disaster again. Okay. One more step over.
That's me.
I'll find the right path.
That's my life.
Right, exactly.
Let's do it. Let's talk what's trending. Well, last night it was a closely fought battle and a rematch of the 2019 World Cup final when the U.S. women's national team took on the Netherlands, two of the world's top teams, and it came to a 1-1 draw on Thursday for the 2023 Women's World Cup. I was there.
So I was going to ask you, I saw the reel you made up on Instagram at Mix1051 Utah. How was the viewing?
Oh my gosh, I've never been to a World Cup viewing.
Yeah.
I've actually never really been to a sports viewing, not in my home. It was so fun.
Fun, huh?
The screen was so cool, so big, and it's fun being a part of a community where you're all just rooting for the same thing and everybody's in good spirits and in a good mood. And then when they score, they jump up and down. I loved it.
It's like even if you're not into the sport, being around that kind of energy is going to make you start cheering.
I know. I do have a problem with soccer ending on ties, but they're not going to change the rule.
Not for you.
Because of me.
No.
Apparently, it's been a rule for a long time.
Quite some time.
I don't know. Anyway, another big announcement is that Paramore has postponed 4 of their shows for their 2023 tour, including Salt Lake City due to illness. I think their show is actually supposed to be tonight.
Yeah.
It's no longer tonight. It's been postponed until August 13th. The band also postponed other shows, like when they were in San Francisco. They postponed it the day of. And then they postponed their Seattle show and a few others. So, we're not the only ones. But doesn't make it easier.
I'm impressed that they were able to find another date that's so close to the original, because usually what happens is there's
6 months out. You have to wait till the end of the tour.
And then they come back.
I know.
If they do at all.
I know, because sometimes they just postpone and then cancel. But they're going to be here on August 13th, so don't worry, we're not missing out on Paramore, which that is so exciting. I also think I couldn't have gone today, but I think I can go on the 13th, so I'm happy with the change. Okay, as we know, Taylor Swift played Kansas City earlier this month, and Chiefs star Travis Kelce was there. He had a plan. It did not go according to his plan, and in a recent episode of his New Heights podcast he does with Jason Kelce, his brother who plays for the Eagles, they talked about Kelce's visit to the Eras Tour.
Speaking of Taylor Swift, I know you went to the Taylor Swift concert. How was it?
Yeah, well, I was disappointed that she doesn't talk before or after her shows because she has to save her voice for the 44 songs that she sings. So I was a little butthurt I didn't get to hand her one of the bracelets I made for her.
You made her a bracelet?
Yeah. If you're up on Taylor Swift concerts, there are friendship bracelets, and I received a bunch of them being there, but I wanted to give Taylor Swift one with my number on it. Not right now.
Your number's in 87 or your phone number?
You know which one. She doesn't meet anybody, or at least she didn't want to meet me, so I took it personal.
She probably just hasn't gotten over the Super Bowl yet. She's a big Eagles fan. Maybe she just made something up and just didn't want to talk to you.
Damn it.
I love the two of them together.
It's so
fun.
funny.
Yeah.
How do you... Okay, I know she didn't purposely turn down Travis Kelce, but Travis Kelce...
Are you kidding me? There is nothing about Travis Kelce that Taylor Swift is into.
No. You want to know what? Because what kind of guy is Taylor Swift into?
Is into a wispy man.
I know.
Like tall, skinny, pale.
You know who would accept a friendship bracelet with Travis Kelce's phone number?
Who?
I would.
Well, Kansas City Chiefs.
Right, a Kansas City Chiefs fan.
He's a big burly man.
Yeah.
Yes. He could carry you and cradle you at the same time.
Could you imagine? Anyway.
You need to go send
You could just send that bracelet my way.
Tell anyone, or did you keep it quiet because you don't want to get mocked? The congressional hearings were yesterday. I was watching them throughout the day. There was some interesting stuff that was spilt at the time.
Really?
Oh, yeah. All right. So what was our final?
69% would tell the world. 31% would stay quiet.
More than at the beginning. Remember at the beginning?
Yeah, it was like 70, or I don't know, it was like 80,
right.
20.
Reason started hitting people, and they went, okay, we got it. I'm not going to say a thing. Okay. I told you Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard inspired. Here's the poll we're putting up on Instagram. So if you don't follow us on Instagram, do it now.
Yep.
At Mix1051 Utah. Letting your kids drink non-alcoholic beer. Yes or no? That's why I asked that question. Kristen Bell. We all know who she is, right? Veronica Mars. Anna from Frozen.
She is Veronica Mars.
Yeah. Was the one where they all died? And I love that one. Anyways, she's in that. Dax Shepard.
Yep.
Host of a very big podcast these days. They announced that they let their daughters drink non-alcoholic beer. The daughters are 8 years old and 9 years old. So Kristen says Dax is a recovering addict, but he likes non-alcoholic beer, so he'll pop one open. And he would have their oldest daughter on his chest, and they'd walk around at the sunset, and the baby would paw at it, and sometimes, suck on the rim of this non-alcoholic beer, and maybe it was something special like daddy, something family, and it kind of grew from there to where they've been at restaurants, and the kids have asked the waitresses for it. And Kristen Bell says, look, you can judge me if you want. I'm not doing anything wrong. That's your problem if you have an issue with it.
Yeah, there's no alcohol in it.
I always thought there was still a little bit of alcohol in non-alcoholic beer. I actually thought that you can't even if you're a minor, you can't order a non-alcoholic beer at a restaurant. I need a server to text in if that's true or not. I thought that was a thing.
Here's the thing, and I see it the same way that I kind of view myself in different things. So, like, you see somebody holding a brown bottle, and we go, oh, that's beer. And we see a kid, and we go, oh, that's a kid drinking beer. But you don't realize that it's a non-alcoholic beer. Just the same as when I'm out with my friends, they're all drinking champagne.
Right.
And I put ginger ale in a champagne glass. Like, the server will pour, the bartender will pour ginger ale in a champagne glass with me. So I'm holding a cup with ginger ale in it, and people go, oh, Chantel's drinking, but I don't drink.
Yeah, but you are an adult.
But I'm saying it's like the perceived sin. So, like, I come from a culture. I come from a culture where I'm not supposed to drink.
Right.
So it's like the perceived sin, where it's like people see me, they go, "Oh, she's drinking." It's like, no, it's literally ginger ale. It doesn't matter what's in my cup. You shouldn't be concerned with it. Just the same with a kid. It's the same with the root beer.
I think there's a difference though between root beer and non-alcoholic beer. I think that's the problem. Is that one has, I'm pretty
the taste of beer and one.
Well, that's an interesting case. Like, do you want your kid? Look, I drink beer, but it took me a while to like the taste of beer.
Right.
I didn't drink beer at the beginning because I like the taste.
Right. You drink it because you like the feeling.
Right. Exactly. So why let your kid get past the taste of beer?
For surveys' sake, we say that there's no alcohol in this beer?
Well, no, I think you have to say letting your kids drink non-alcoholic beer because that's what they said.
Is like there alcohol in it?
That's what I need like a server. I don't think servers can serve non-alcoholic like in O'Doul's.
We should have done some research before this.
But let me ask you this. Shirley Temple.
Right.
It's like having a mixed drink for a kid.
That's what I'm saying. It's the perceived
But it's different
sin.
Because non-alcoholic beer, which is what they're getting the anger for, I'm telling you.
Some of them have 0% to
Still.
0.5.
Still, though, do you want your kid getting used to the taste of beer? I say no.
I'm saying I'm fine with it.
You're saying you're fine with it.
Because there's no alcohol in it.
Okay, so the question is letting your kids drink non-alcoholic beer. Yes or no? Go to Instagram. Not only vote, though, drop us a DM. We like to read the DMs throughout the show as well.
Right.
I have no clue how this one's going to go.
I feel like everyone's going to be against me, and I'm fine with it.
Uh-huh.
That's my opinion, though.
All right, Chantel's fine with boozing up her kids.
Oh, my gosh. No, it's alcohol-free.
But the taste is there.
Whatever.
Vote now on Instagram at Mix1051 Utah. Announced that Kevin Spacey, he's been having a 4-week trial where he was accused of 12 counts of sexual assault and misconduct between 2001 and 2013. It's over. He has been acquitted in the UK sexual assault case. And whenever there's a case like this, we go to the experts, Preston and Garrett from Handy and Handy. Okay, so walk me through this, because this has been a big case for what I feel like years. Even though it's only been 4 weeks, actually, the trial. We've been talking about this since, 2001?
Yeah, it kind of came on the heels of the big movement that came out. And there were several allegations of sexual assault by Kevin Spacey. This one, in particular, there were some allegations in the United States of sexual assault. One went to a civil trial, and he was found not liable. This, in London, was a criminal trial where he was charged with several counts, 9 counts of sexual assault, criminal charges. So that's different, and that's potential prison time. I think what's really interesting, as you mentioned, he was acquitted of all the charges. But I think a good education is there were 4 different victims that they tried all together rather than trying them separate, which I think is really interesting and kind of different because it's different fact patterns, different evidence, different burdens of proof coming in. But they tried them all together, and he was acquitted of all of them. Something the listeners might need to understand, sometimes people use this interchangeable with guilt and liability. Liability happens in a civil sense, where it's usually for compensation. Guilt is in a criminal case. You can have liability and guilt, but they're separate, and there's different burdens of proof in each.
That's a good point. And Garrett, maybe you can walk through this, because I hear civil trials, I hear criminal trials. Same courthouse? How does it work? Is one money and one's prison time? Is that how the difference?
Well, yeah, in a sense that really is. I mean, civil cases generally are about some sort of, breach of a duty or or a business situation, right? But it usually involves money damages, which is what would be awarded typically in a civil case, where a criminal case, is a prosecution brought by some sort of state entity, a government, right, prosecuting someone where the potential might be a fine, it might be jail time, some sort of loss of liberty or those kinds of rights. So, that's really the difference. And as Preston mentioned, a different burden of proof applies to both. I mean, it's a higher burden in a criminal case because what a person is facing, again, is potential jail time. And so that's taken more seriously.
Now, Preston, you mentioned since it was a criminal trial in the UK with actor Kevin Spacey, he was acquitted, and they tried all four at the same time. Could they have done one at a time? I mean, can we do that here in the States, or is it usually, it's like a class action lawsuit, isn't it? You get everyone together?
I think it makes more sense, and sometimes it's the issue of economic use of, prosecutorial resources, but I think, each situation, I think when you have different, as I read this, that you have different people coming in and testifying, some may not be as credible as the others, and they might think, well, golly, some of these people doing, and there was some allegations that some of these victims who made allegations were jumping on a bandwagon,
Gotcha.
Right? And I think what would have happened had he been found guilty, there would definitely have been some civil cases brought for compensation. I think, if he was found guilty in criminal trials, sometimes it's like, well, let's go do this now, and it should be an easier road. We have all the evidence, we have everything come forward. So I don't know. There's different civil procedure in the UK. I don't know what it was, but it surprised me that they tried them all together.
We're talking about Kevin Spacey being acquitted in the UK on a sexual assault case. Garrett, I'm curious. The jury took more than 12 hours over 3 days to reach a verdict. With a jury trial, is that a long time? Is that a short time? I have no concept when I read something like that if that's like impressive or not.
Yeah, it's hard to know. I mean, but after a 4-week trial and multiple victims, as we've talked about, there was a lot of evidence for them to go through and consider, and whether they're going to find him, in 9 charges that he's facing, and so that's a lot for the jury to kind of work through and figure out. So it sounds like there was some deliberation, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure Kevin Spacey and his legal team were nervous the longer this was stretching on because they didn't come to a really quick verdict. But yeah, ultimately he's been acquitted on all counts.
There you go. We're talking about Kevin Spacey being acquitted. Preston and Garrett from Handy and Handy. In fact, Garrett, if someone wants to reach out to Handy and Handy, how should they do so?
Yeah, absolutely, John. We'd love to talk to anybody with legal questions that they have. You can reach us at 801-264-6677 or just go to our website at handylawutah.com.
We always joke about how you're going to be the HOA president one day.
Yeah.
You'd like to make sure
I
your
just like the
community...
rules. I like the rules. They keep us safe, okay?
Okay, so let me ask you this. You like the rules? You like a good-looking front yard, right? You're walking down the street.
You should see my front yard right now saying a comment like that. Weeds.
You see some children coloring with chalk out in the front, ruining your prestigious front yard area. Do you walk past, or do you say something to the parents to stop them from destroying said front yard?
Curb appeal?
Yes.
As they say? Mm-hmm. Are these children my children?
No, these are other children.
And they're in my yard?
They're in their yard next to you.
Well, if they're in their yard on their property, there's unfortunately nothing I can do about the situation.
Granny Karen, soon to be Granny Chantel. Here she is yelling at kids and threatening to report them to the HOA for doing sidewalk chalk art.
You can report to the HOA.
You son of a come on. You won't even tell your kids to stop it. Where's your wife? She's a nice person. She talks nice. Where is Janine? Can you get her out here?
No, I cannot. Get out of my house, please.
It's your house? Oh, well, that's good to know.
Get out of my house.
Tell your kids to stop it or else I'm going to...
You're going to do what? Get your hand off my car, please. Okay? Your video is going online.
Well, you have nice kids and you have a nice wife.
Well, apparently they're not nice when they're just coloring chalk on the sidewalk.
The sidewalk, that's...
What's bothering you about this?
Because it looks like...
Because it looks like...
Yes.
Maybe, sir, if your kids were better at sidewalk chalk art...
Yeah, I'm sorry that little Susie doesn't do a good job.
She doesn't know how to make the hopscotch right.
Learn your lines.
Where's it
Learn
hilarious?
perspective. I got a little parenting issue.
Oh,
What's your opinion on this?
okay.
So the kids,
I'm flattered.
they go back to school mid-August, right?
Right.
Liam and Ella.
Like the 20
20-something.
22nd or something.
Ella's going into 4th grade. Liam's going into middle school, 6th grade.
You have 2 schools.
I got 2 different schools. So June, when they were out of school, they went to a summer camp each day.
Yep.
Had a lot of fun. They were busy all day. I would pick them up like around 4 o'clock, and they were tired, and they ran around, and it was great, right? But it was expensive.
Right.
Like,
I remember.
Camp's not cheap.
No.
So July, the kids went to Florida to hang out with their grandmas.
Right.
Had a good time. They just got back, and we're now sliding into August. So we have a few weeks, 3 weeks before school starts.
Right.
And Jen and I can't decide what to do with the kids in the sense that, do we pay for that same camp that we did in June for the 3 weeks? Again, very expensive. We don't have the money. It's going to have to go on a credit card.
Right.
I suggested, them just staying home. I'm like, hey, in summer, we used to just be bored.
Right. That was like part of it.
But Jen works from home.
And she's like, they can't be here.
Yeah, she's like, easier said than done. She goes, you're not home. They're home bored, which is fine, but they're bothering me every 5 minutes when I'm trying to do my Zoom calls and, manage an office.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, we have family who can help out from time to time.
I have an idea.
Yes, please.
I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old
Yeah.
who need constant attention and to be played with.
Honestly, I'm not
Why
hating
don't we make our own summer camp?
A little camp?
Now, my house, no work is done.
Yeah.
And I've got a bounce house room. Now, if
Maybe we
your
do something
kids
like
come
that.
over and just play, there's playing.
Liam's,
I think it's a win-win for both of us because I have the same issue. I only have a nanny
a few hours
for the show.
Yeah.
And then she's gone. And then they're like, Mom, we want to play.
Right. I know.
I still got stuff to do.
Like,
but my house can be loud. I don't have Zoom calls.
Ella wants to be a sitter.
It's a perfect opportunity.
Liam wants to start tutoring.
Boone he's a smart kid.
Liam's like, hey, I want to start a tutoring business. I'm like, first of all, you started this monster spray business earlier. Why don't you work on that? We got 700 more of these bottles you got to sling.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, and I'm like, I can't be driving you to the library because you want to tutor someone. I don't know. I'm like stressed.
I'm just saying.
I don't hate the idea. I don't know what to do.
It gives them fake jobs.
I know. I feel like they need some kind of fake responsibility.
Oh my.
By Kansas City Chiefs player Travis Kelce did not happen.
Nah.
Swing and a miss.
Honestly, there's a reason for everything, and I think we all know why.
So you
that
can
didn't
be with
work
Travis
out. Yes.
Kelce. Yes,
exactly.
If you want to hear the story, it's going to be up on our podcast. Just go to Jon and Chantel on any of the podcast directories that you listen to. 720. Good morning.
We're all trying to save money. I feel like now that we know we're in a recession or headed towards a recession,
things are tight.
Whatever the heck is happening right now, we're trying to pinch our pennies, as they say. And the average American has cut their spending in half. Our impulse spending.
Had a conversation, Jen and I, about our budget and how we needed to tighten a bit as we go into this, this fall.
I had a conversation with myself.
Yeah.
I did a budget planning with me and myself and I. And
how'd that go?
Well, we decided to make a budget, and then things didn't go our way, and we said, well, never mind, budget's out the window.
Let me ask you about the budget, because you watched some Netflix show.
Oh, yeah.
And you were like all about budgeting after that for about 2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 days.
You got everything on
Actually, no, it was like 2 weeks.
Like you got everything like auto drafted out. Like that was part of your budget plan.
I watched this Netflix show called like My Rich Life or something like that. It was only like 6 episodes, and I got so inspired to save money because the guy made it seem so easy. And then I did it, and I was like, oh shoot, that was easy. Check, and then moving on. Anyway, no. So the average American used to spend $314 a month on impulse purchases.
Dang.
That's a lot of money. And then I think about it. We were all at home for the pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
We were all just like, I got to buy this yard equipment or whatever.
Go on Amazon.
Our average spending on impulse purchases is about $151 a month now.
Do you would consider a Starbucks order an impulse?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Would you consider like going on a trip an impulse buy? Because like I go on trips like a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am well above average. You know what? I've always strived to be above average.
Well, here we are.
So anyway, yeah, they're saying that inflation is the number one reason that it has affected people's
like they're tightening
spending.
there because everything else is... Well, yes, gas has gone back up. I noticed that yesterday.
I know. You want to know the top things we're likely to spend on spur-of-the-moment purchases?
What?
Clothing. Yeah,
Okay.
Instagram gets me every time. Junk food. I would put Starbucks in junk food, right?
I'll say I'm not a, like you're standing in line at Maverick or something.
I'm not
I don't
just buying
buy
snacks.
candy bars. So
Yeah. Household items, shoes, takeout food. Yeah, I ordered Grubhub twice yesterday.
We're going to do that tonight because we have not gone grocery shopping since we've been
I
back
know.
from vacation.
Yep.
And I'm like, great. Another night of us paying
I know.
$60 for dinner.
Well, and it's weird because right now it's 1 week on, 1 week off with my kids for
Yeah.
summer. And when I grocery shop, I usually grocery shop for 2 weeks at a time. Well, I'm gone the other week.
Right,
so I'm
right.
like not grocery shopping right now. It's a whole mess.
Grubhub.
So yeah, I've been Grubhubbing, but
Same.
I'm spending way more money. And then toys, gadgets, and coffee.
Oh, so Starbucks is on there.
Oh, yeah, wow.
I think I spend over $150 a month. If you do like just Grubhub and Starbucks alone, because
I'm out.
family dinners are expensive.
I'm out.
Dang it.
I spent, I think, $40 on Grubhub just yesterday.
Exactly. That was here in studio. I was watching you do it.
Yesterday. That was
Right.
one. No. Oh, I Grubhub 3 times yesterday.
I'm sorry, what?
I forgot about the studio.
You weren't even counting that as part of
No,
your...
because that was grocery. That was Walgreens.
This is a cry for help.
Oh, dear.
Blocked again? Let Jon and Chantel help with their 7:30 second date update.
You better believe it as we say good morning to Devin from Sandy. What up, Devin?
Hey, how's it going?
We're good. So tell us, how's it going with Marie? You reached out to us, so I guess she's been ghosting you.
Yeah, pretty. I think so. Not really sure what happened or what's going on, but we went on a date a couple of weeks ago, and went really well. And she just didn't call me back. So I don't think I did anything wrong, but obviously there must be something.
They never do.
Right.
So.
How did y'all meet?
We met online, actually.
Yep.
We just met like a dating app, and we like the same things, and we had just like a really natural connection off the bat. We lived near each other, good conversation. So we obviously thought we were a good match. So let's finally meet up and go out on a date. So
okay, so you did go out on this date. Where'd you go? What'd you do?
we went to Outback for dinner.
Oh, nice.
Dude, Bloomin' Onion.
It's like the original Bloomin' Onion, isn't
yeah,
it?
it's so good. So was it fun?
Yeah, we had a really nice meal together. The connection was just as organic in person. We were laughing, joking around. I thought we got along really great. At the end of the date, I picked up the check and I said that I would love to do this again, and she said definitely. And that was the end of the date. So, usually I have a pretty good, you can tell by the end of the date if there's going to be a second one. And I definitely felt, based on her response, there would be a second one. So,
right.
A bit confused.
Can you think of just any reason, like anything at all, why she's not calling you back?
Did you eat off her plate and she's against that kind of thing?
Did you lick all your fingers
no,
after the
like,
Bloomin' Onion? Like,
oh yeah, that's yeah. Did you double dip?
I thought back and no, I thought back and I just pretty, just really nothing comes to mind.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure.
Okay. Well then, Devin, let's do this. We'll play a song. We'll get Marie's phone number. We'll call her up and we'll see what's going down. Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate your help.
Jon and Chantel, second date update. Helping out Devin. Devin and Marie went to Outback. Good times. And you know what? Since that dinner, though, nothing. Devin has not heard back. So, Devin, we're going to call Marie. Just listen in. Don't say anything, okay?
Okay, thanks.
Hello.
Hey, is Marie there?
Yeah, this is Marie. Can I ask who's calling?
Yeah, of course. Hi, my name is Jon. Chantel's with me. The two of us, we do a morning radio show and a podcast in Salt Lake on Mix 105.1. In fact, we're calling because Devin, who listens to our show and is now a friend of ours, has had some trouble getting a hold of you since the date the two of you went on. It was like a few weeks ago.
Yeah. First of all, hi guys.
Hi, good morning.
What's up? Yeah. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you guys are calling me. But wait, hold on. Okay, so he asked you to call me?
Yeah. So one of the things we do on our show, it's called the Second Date Update, where we help out listeners in their dating lives, and especially if they've been like ghosted. And we're just trying to see like if there was a misunderstanding or maybe something did happen on the date and he's just not aware of it. And then we kind of report back to him.
Yeah, I mean, he's a really nice guy. Like, he's really sweet. But it was just like a really, like an embarrassing night overall. I don't know if we don't have the same sense of humor or what, but it's an embarrassing night.
What do you mean by embarrassing?
Like with his jokes weren't good?
Well, no, it wasn't even his jokes. It was like this accent he was doing. Like, so we went to Outback Steakhouse, and, you know, every time the waitress would come over, he pretended, you know, he was from Australia, and he had this whole big accent and everything. And yeah, it was a lot.
Okay.
No.
So not just like one time? Like, you know, when he first walked in?
Yeah. It was
hi,
like
mate.
it was the whole day. And it's like once or twice, like, okay, haha, that's a little cringy, but funny, I guess. But it was the entire time. Like, It just got old really fast.
I appreciate the commitment.
Really? He's stuck with the character?
Yeah. Hey, Maria, Devin's actually on the phone. Do you mind if you just say hi to him and he can say hi and we can chat together?
I mean, do I have to?
It's already happening, so.
He's on. Like, is that okay?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay,
sure.
cool.
Why
Awesome.
not?
Hey, Devin.
I'm here, mate.
Oh, my gosh. Wait. You two just had a little connection, didn't you?
We did. We bonded in such a way right there.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Marie, do you love it?
I mean, I can't. I guess it's like kind of funny now, but like, yeah. The other night, I don't know, it just wasn't funny the other night at all.
Honestly, I'm so sorry. I was a bit nervous, and I was trying to make you laugh, and you know, I guess I got carried away a little.
Yeah, a little. That's an understatement.
It's an understatement.
Like, I don't know if you noticed, but like every single time the waitress would, you know, like walk away, she was like rolling her eyes.
I bet she hears it all the time.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's probably it. I mean, I got a couple of laughs out of her. You know, kind of like
courtesy
funny,
laughs.
And then I guess I just took it too far. Yeah. But you know, I would really love to make it up to you and, you know, go out on a second date where, you know, I won't do any accents unless you want me to. Of course.
Maybe you could go somewhere that's...
No. So there's this place that I want to try that's opening up near me. It's a French restaurant, though, so you have to promise me that you can control yourself.
Oui. Just kidding.
Oh my God.
Stay away from all the accents on future dates, I promise.
All right.
Okay,
so
if you can promise.
It's confirmed. We're going accent free.
Accent free.
It's going to be a good second date. We're down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no accents, but yes.
I promise, no more accents.
Yesterday on the show, Chantel, you shared with us a story about you and your family saving the lives of a bunch of people on paddleboards. How many times did your family have to go out and drag people in?
Like 8. Well, there was like groups of 2, so 4 times.
Yeah, so you were over at Echo Lake, and your family saw a couple floating without life vests in the middle of the lake.
Yes, like in the middle. Like not close to the shore at all.
Towed them in.
Yep. I mean, we put them in.
You put them in.
Yeah.
And then they said, hey, we have other friends out there. Can you go find them?
Yes.
I love that part. And so now you're just driving around the lake going, Marco!
Polo!
You're a hero.
I mean...
You got no parade, but you were a hero that day.
It wasn't my boat, nor was I driving, but I was a passenger.
So here's my question. When were you the hero? When did you save someone? We want to hear your stories. 844-649-1051. You could call us. You could text us. Just join the show this morning. I got in trouble for being the hero. Maybe because I only am a hero in my own mind.
Honestly, that's so mean.
You're welcome, everyone.
Yep. My work here is done.
Another show had a stalker.
Oh.
Stalker broke into the building, was coming towards the show. I happened to be wandering through the halls, saw the person, tackled the person.
You did not.
Yeah. I did.
Wait, when did this happen?
It must have been while you were gone.
Like last week?
No, I'm talking this was years ago.
I was like, What?
No. And then I got in trouble for it. I called the cops. There was like no one in the building it's like this time in the morning, right? Where it's just a bunch of shows.
If you ever want to know the time to break in,
this is the time to do it.
It's just us.
We're definitely vulnerable right now.
We are sitting here with our pants down. No, we're not. We have our pants on.
I got in trouble.
I
got in trouble for getting involved. I got in trouble for tackling the person. I know. I'm like, but I did the right thing.
Is there security footage of this? Because I don't believe that you,
tackled the
person,
dragged the person out to where it was locked and couldn't get back in.
By their ears?
No, but we struggled.
There was a
melee.
What's it called when they fight you?
Fisticuffs.
Sure.
Oh yeah, there's a whole thing. I know.
Is there video?
I don't know.
I don't believe it.
Years ago.
I believe nothing you're telling
my
me.
write-up from HR. So, was I the hero? Absolutely. Was I acknowledged as one? Not at all.
Not at all.
Sophie, when were you the hero?
Hi, I was a hero. Hi. I saved my little sister from choking. I gave her the Heimlich.
Oh, dang.
And then she threw up everywhere, like all over the table. And it was super traumatizing for everyone. But she always calls me her hero.
Oh, Sophie. Still?
Yeah.
That's
still
awesome.
To this day.
Wow. You are a hero. Was that
Thank
freaky?
you.
Like the choking and, I mean, you were able to not just freeze, because I would freeze. Like you went into action.
Yeah, I had just taken like a first aid course, so it was like fresh in my mind.
Got it. Yeah. Good on you. All right, so just Sophie, when were you the hero? She saved her sister's life. Call us
844-649-1051.
When I was 7, my dad, who's extremely allergic to bees, was stung. I had to use the EpiPen to save him. Could you imagine being 7 years old and your father...
Oh, no.
Going into like allergic reaction and you having to stab him with an EpiPen?
No.
Dang. I was at a family pool party, noticed my nephew at the bottom of the pool and pulled him out. Almost everyone got out to eat, but luckily my daughter insisted on staying in. My nephew escaped from his parents unnoticed. He's one of 4 kids. I didn't hear him or see him jump in, but luckily saw him, pulled him out in time to save him.
Wow.
My gosh. You mentioned like getting chills. That's what I got on that one.
I know.
Right there.
There's a few that, yeah.
When I was 9, my friends were twin boys, age 9. They grew up in a family of 8 kids with a single mom. They were off on their own a lot. We were playing around the corner from their house and an ice cream truck pulled up and asked if they wanted to go for a ride, Chantel. They ran to the truck. I grabbed them and said, "Don't get in the car with strangers." The ice cream man drove off. A week later, same truck driver was arrested for kidnapping.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
Dang. Later on in the show, I'll read more. We got a bunch coming in now. So when you were a hero, keep texting us.
Let's do it. Let's talk what's trending. Well, Ryan Gosling's trending right now. Obviously, he's Ken in the Barbie movie, but he's trending for something that happened on the red carpet for the Barbie movie. So he was on the red carpet doing a press event with Simu Liu, who is another Ken in the movie. And that's one thing. The Barbie movie, there's a bunch of Barbies and there's a bunch of Kens. There's no other character names.
It's Barbie and Ken.
Right.
Okay.
And then there's the different types of Kens. Anyway, Ryan and Simu have a ongoing rivalry as Ken in the movie. Mm-hmm. They're on the red carpet. They're just kind of talking back and forth, giving each other crap. And people are thinking that there's this feud going on between them. But we have a little bit of audio.
I'll play it
from
for
the
you.
carpet.
It's kind of hard to understand, but here you go.
Right there, guys. You don't want? Yeah, that's too tender. You think? Fair enough. You guys in the middle, right here.
It's hard to hear.
Anyway, Ryan takes to Instagram. He said, "I'd beach off with this Canadian again in a heartbeat." And then he wrote about, that he loved working with his fellow actor. And then let's focus on more important things like supporting the striking actors, writers fighting for fair wages.
So he had put his hand around him,
right,
around his waist, and Ryan had moved his hand
too tender
away from it. Yeah. I don't know. I was reading the transcript originally, and I was like, "Oh, that seems weird." But when I watched their body language, it seemed like they were just buddies messing around.
Yeah. Anyway, I just think that we're trying to find reasons to talk about the Barbie movie and some drama. Anyway, Taylor Swift played in Kansas City. Travis Kelce, huge Kansas City star. He's the tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs. He went to the show, made a bracelet for Taylor Swift, and was rejected. And here's him talking about it.
Speaking of Taylor Swift, I know you went to the Taylor Swift concert. How was it?
Yeah, well, I was disappointed that she doesn't talk before or after her shows because she has to save her voice for the 44 songs that she sings. So I was a little butthurt I didn't get to hand her one of the bracelets I made for her.
You made her a bracelet?
Yeah. If you're up on Taylor Swift concerts, there are friendship bracelets, and I received a bunch of them being there, but I wanted to give Taylor Swift one with my number on it. Not right now.
Your number's in 87 or your phone number?
You know which one. She doesn't meet anybody, or at least she didn't want to meet me, so I took it personal.
She probably just hasn't gotten over the Super Bowl yet. She's a big Eagles fan. Maybe she just made something up and just didn't want to talk to you.
Damn it.
I think it's so great. Awesome. We made it real.
Yes, we did.
It's up on our Instagram page.
It's pretty much Chantel hitting on Travis Kelce.
I mean, I'm just saying, if Travis Kelce has a friendship bracelet ready to go with his number on it, I would be more than happy to take it off his hands.
So go ahead and like it. Tag Travis. Send it to Travis. Let's get Chantel a day with Travis Kelce.
God. Could you imagine? I looked it up.
Okay, yeah.
He is 6'5". I am barely 5'3".
Yes. That's a height difference I want to see.
I would be curious. And then a big announcement. Paramore has postponed their show. It was supposed to be for tonight at the Delta Center. It's now going to be just on August 13th, so not too far away, like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So if you were planning to go tonight, the show has been postponed, rescheduled for the 13th, and I assume your ticket and everything is transferred to that day, so nothing you need to do, and that's what's trending.
Also, just was announced, Jonas Brothers.
Oh, right.
Maverick Center. November 4th. Tickets go on sale a week from tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. And what's so exciting, Friends of Mix, Lawrence, they're opening.
Yes. Lawrence is such a cool band. If you're not familiar with them, they're awesome.
You need to get there early.
Yes.
I'm telling you, they're amazing. It's a brother and sister band. It's awesome.
In fact, we're going to hook you up with Jonas Brothers tickets coming up here in a week, so make sure you stay here on Mix as well.
With a suspicion, you look for evidence. Are you paranoid or on the right track? Catching the Cheaters with Chantel's Roses.
If you feel like someone's cheating on you, I want to get to the bottom of it. I'm going to call them up, offer a dozen free roses they can send to anyone special in their life. The goal would be they send these flowers to their significant other, but sometimes they don't, and we catch a cheater.
Heading to West Jordan as we say good morning to Rachel. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, how's it going?
We're good. More importantly, how's it going for you? Tell us what made you decide to reach out to us.
Oh, yeah. So I've been dating Logan for over a year now.
Okay.
We don't live together or anything, but we're together a good amount, a lot. And I'm finishing up my master's at the U. He works full time.
Okay.
And I don't cook, neither does he. we Grubhub in a lot.
Chantel,
sounds like me.
Yeah, Chantel relates to that. Okay.
Okay, great. You get me. And then the other night we were on the couch, and he was ordering us McDonald's, and I noticed that he had like a bunch of multiple orders on his phone.
Okay. Like he orders a lot? Like just...
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Like he would order Zupas like twice in a row within 5 minutes, which I thought, I don't know, it was
weird.
strange to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I stole his phone and saw that he was sometimes ordering food for himself at his apartment, but then sometimes to another place in his facility that he lives in, or he'd send food to me and then to this other place as well.
Oh, so okay. Now I'm understanding more with multiple orders. I guess I was originally
he's
thinking
feeding the neighborhood.
So he's paying. He's doing like 2 orders for 2 different people.
Yeah. It's super weird.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
so...
I'm not necessarily proud of what I did. But
I'm nervous.
Sorry. One night after staying at his place, he went to work, and I staked out that other apartment that he was sending it to.
I mean, how could you not?
Of course you did. That's okay. No judgment here. And
okay. Well, it's a woman, and she looks like me. I don't know. It's strange, and now I'm freaking out, and I guess I'm just like ready to catch him because I have no idea what's going on. And
Okay.
I'm fuming and I'm nervous, but that's where I'm at.
Okay, so you're ready for probably not the best.
You're ready
outcome.
for closure, but you understand that it's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also shaking because I am.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm nervous, but because I know what's
Well,
going
because
on,
reality is real. Like it makes something that you think could possibly not be real.
Yeah.
Fact.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do this, and let's take a second. Let's take a breath. We'll play a song. We'll get Logan's number. Then we'll call him up and we'll offer those roses. Okay.
Okay.
Peters with Chantel's roses. So. This is interesting. Rachel and her boyfriend, who've been together for over a year, although they live in separate places, they hang out a lot. They order a lot of Grubhub. Rachel noticed that, Logan was ordering Grubhub like time and time again, same orders for different people.
Yeah.
Very weird. And she ended up kind of looking at his phone and realizing that he was sending a lot of Grubhub orders to another person in his apartment complex. She did a little bit of a stakeout and saw that, you know what? It's a woman who looks a lot like her.
Right.
Maybe he has a type. Maybe something's going on. Maybe not. We don't know. So, Rachel, we're going to call up Logan. We're going to offer the dozen roses. The only thing we need from you is permission to have Logan on the radio.
Yes.
Yeah?
I give you permission. Yeah.
All right. Chantel, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Hello?
Hi, is this Logan?
Yeah, who's this?
Hey, it's Chantel from J&C Flowers. How are you doing today?
Good. What can I do for you?
So we're a new flower shop here in Salt Lake, and one thing we're doing is giving away a dozen free roses right now. And I was curious if by chance you'd be interested in sending flowers to somebody today.
Yeah, listen, I'm not giving you a credit card. I'm not buying what you're selling.
Yeah, no, don't worry. There's no strings attached. This is just something kind of fun we're doing in the community today. I don't need any information from you. I just, if there's somebody you want me to send flowers to, I can get them delivered today. No strings attached.
No strings attached, just like that.
Yep.
Just free flowers.
Yeah. So are you interested?
Yeah. I mean, if it's free, no strings attached.
No strings,
credit
yeah.
card. Yeah, I'm in.
Okay, the only additional thing to the flowers, I guess there would be, is a card. So I can fill out a note for you.
Okay, give me a second.
Yeah, what do you want me to write, like a message?
Okay, how about, let's go with, I feel like I can do anything when I'm around you.
That's cute. Who do you want me to send it to?
Rachel.
Okay, good. All right.
Perfect.
Wait a minute. This is good news.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Logan, hi. Yeah, I'm sorry. There's another voice now. My name is John. You were talking to Chantel. The two of us, we do a morning radio show together here on Mix 105.1. In fact, we do a podcast as well. We're in Salt Lake City. And your girlfriend, Rachel, is also on the phone. In fact, Rachel, do you want to explain to Logan why we're calling?
Rachel?
Hi.
Hi. What's going on?
Yeah, so, a while back, I had noticed when we ordered McDonald's the other day, that you had, like, multiple orders at the same time, but you would, like, order for us or me and then order for someone else, which is really weird. That's not normal, right?
Agreed.
Okay, so
I'm sorry,
what's going on?
You search through my phone? You looked at my phone?
Well, yeah, I did, but like weirder than that, then who is this person you're sending food to?
One, that's not cool. You going through my phone.
I know,
Like,
I'm sorry, but
yeah,
what are
fine,
you
that's
doing?
Holly.
Who's getting the food?
She's my neighbor. You know, every once in a while I buy her a meal. So what? You know, it's not a big deal.
I feel like it's not so what, because you're in a relationship.
Wait, I'm sorry. What was her name?
Holly.
Holly. Rachel, have you heard of Holly before?
No, we've been dating over a year. I've never heard the word Holly, the name Holly.
Yeah. Okay.
And I care.
It's not a big deal. Look,
like,
she's
why
my
are you
neighbor.
doing this?
She doesn't have a lot of money. Okay, so I buy her a meal every now and then, and sometimes we hang out, but that's it.
Okay.
It's nothing.
You hang out?
Oh God. Okay.
You're overreacting. Okay.
I'm not overreacting. I'm not. You know what? Just wait until we're together. You're going to see overreacting. I'm shaking right now. I don't understand.
Listen, this is not the place to do it. Can we speak with these people on the radio?
We're going to speak. Yeah. You're going to hear me speak. Oh my God.
So he said she's overreacting. That they just hang out.
It's charity, Chantel.
It's charity. Oh, he's cheating.
He's being a good neighbor.
Or he might not be cheating right now, but he's definitely on the gateway.
Like a good neighbor, Logan is there. So we do the Jon and Chantel Hot Topic. If you're not part of our Instagram page, you're missing out.
Yeah.
Go to Instagram, at Mix1051 Utah. Follow us so you can see it up in the stories. But every day it's a different poll, and we were talking about Dax Shepard and Kristen Bell. And Kristen Bell was talking about how she lets her kids have non-alcoholic beers. Dax is a recovering alcoholic. He drinks a lot of non-alcoholic beers. So when they go out to a restaurant or when they're hanging out at home, they too will have an O'Doul's, which I find very interesting because I was pretty sure there was still some alcohol in non-alcoholic beers.
It just depends. Some of them have it, some of them don't. So I assume they're doing the ones that don't.
I think you're starting off on a bad path. To be like, oh yeah, have a non-alcoholic beer. Like
what I find so funny about this, because I am on the other side. I'm like, it's no alcohol, whatever, no harm, no foul.
Yes.
I don't drink.
And I drink.
And you drink.
Right.
So it's funny that we have these opposite opinions.
I know.
I will say that 92% agree with you.
You know, we ask when we do the Hot Topic for people to drop us DMs so we can read some of their comments as well. This one said, non-alcoholic beer does have alcohol in it. Now, Chantel did look it up. It just depends. So.
It depends. Some brands do, some brands don't.
Pina coladas and Shirley Temples get ordered for kids with no alcohol. What's the difference?
That's what I'm saying.
I know. My kids do love a good virgin pina colada.
So I'm saying, like, I grew up getting Shirley Temples.
Yeah.
Now, as an adult, my drink preference is a ginger ale with pineapple.
Oh.
Very
that's
good.
That's your choice when you're out?
That is my drink.
Non-alcoholic beer still tastes like beer. Non-alcoholic Shirley Temples and pina coladas or eggnog don't taste the same. I had brought up the Shirley Temples earlier on. That's why that came about. This says, I think it's okay. When I was young, my parents would give me some beer or wine with food. It was a treat. I turned out okay. I do the same with my children.
I'm fine.
I know that. I understand that some parents start pouring younger than 21. Some is 18, some 16. That's what you do in your house.
Yeah, that's what you do in your house is what you do in your house.
I think you're off. These are young kids. These are like 8-year-olds, I think. I smoked candy cigarettes as a kid. Nobody said anything then.
Yep, I got them from the ice cream man.
I don't have a good argument about the candy cigarettes.
People, it's the perception of evil is the reason they're not doing it.
I think you're getting, but I said this earlier and I still believe it. Beer is an acquired taste. I drank at the beginning because I was trying to have booze in the system, not because I like the taste.
Right.
Why get your kids used to the taste of beer?
Why get your kids used to holding a cigarette with a candy cigarette?
Oh, man, I used to love candy cigarettes.
Oh, man, they were so awesome. I felt so cool.
Me too.
But here's the thing. I don't smoke.
I know.
No desire to smoke.
I know. I don't know. Go vote. Go to Instagram at Mix1051 Utah. Right now, we said 92%? 90%.
It changed.
All right, go vote now. Yeah. Thirsty Thursday. Let me tell you right now, Chantel's been trying to set up some thirst traps towards one Travis Kelce from the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm just saying, he's single.
Go to our Instagram page if you want to see what she's working on.
I feel like I did a good job.
Hey, girl.
Hey.
I'd like to take you to the movies.
Oh.
But they don't let you bring in your own snacks.
Okay. All right. I've heard that before.
Did I do that one before? Yes. You've been doing this for a long time.
Well, it's still good.
Okay, good. It still works?
Yeah, it still worked.
Hey, earlier on in the show, we talked about when you were the hero. When did you save someone?
Yeah.
Chantel talked about saving some paddle boarders out at Echo Lake.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of them.
Yeah,
and then we got your text. You saved 8. 8. It's almost a dozen.
That is more than half a dozen.
Yeah. So we love these stories, though, because it kind of gives us chills. This text says, there was a car accident that happened late at night. I stopped, and the guy had his arm severed in the accident.
Ugh.
I was able to tourniquet his arm, retrieve his arm from underneath the car, and stayed with him until the paramedics arrived.
I don't know if I could be a hero.
Hero.
I don't know that I could be the hero.
I'm fine with the tourniquet. I think I could do that. Grabbing the arm, sometimes when I sleep, my arm goes dead, and I have to pick up my arm and I move it. That creeps me out. Do you ever have that happen?
Yes.
All the time?
Not all the time because I'm not close to heart issues like you are, but...
Like, this is it. Take me, Lord.
Take me.
When I was 16, this is another text. When I was 16 years old, I was a lifeguard, and a little girl jumped in without her floating equipment. I was on my break in the pool, so I just picked her off from the bottom of the pool, put her on the side. That little girl is probably now in her early 20s.
Aww.
Look at you, making a difference. Thanks for those texts.
All right, so this gimmick, I guess it could work for Jimmy John's, except you'd still have a normal name.
Okay.
It's not quite the same.
Like what?
But Subway is giving away to one lucky fan sandwiches for life if they commit to legally changing their first name to Subway.
Done.
You would...
Done.
Subway Watkins?
Here's why.
Why?
I legally changed my name. Who cares? It's a great story.
And you can still go by John.
I can still go by John.
Yeah, that's true, I guess.
And you know I love me my sandwiches.
That is true. Well, if it's something you're willing to do, just go to sign up for your chance to win at subwaynamechange.com starting August 1st.
Wait, do I have to change my name and then get put into this drawing? I'm not doing it that way.
Yeah.
I'm down to do it like if...
Once you get picked.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll change my name because it's also a great story.
Yeah, so it says that it's not really unlimited subs.
Oh.
You get $50,000 worth of Subway gift cards.
Well,
you could blow that all in one go.
For one big party.
If you had one sub a day every day, it would last you 10 to 20 years, depending on what sub you got. That's only, I don't know. That's not really worth it.
But, okay, let me ask you this. Would you change your name or would you do a tat? Because Subway's done the tattoo thing for this, too.
I would not do a tattoo. I would change my name.
See, I think I would do the tat over the...
Really?
You know why?
They're also going to pay $750 to cover the cost of changing your name.
There you go.
It costs $750 to change your name?
Did it cost you money to change your name?
No. Maybe because mine was a divorce.
Oh, so like legally your name's changing.
Right. So they were like, I guess we'll give her a pass.
If I had a tat, though, then people would be like, what's with that hoagie on your arm? And I'm like, let me tell you.
It's true.
Like it's
you would do it because you would find the humor.
Yeah. I could always tell the story.
Right.
Like even as a grandfather, years later, they'll be like, Grandpa, why do you have a roast beef sandwich tattoo on your neck? And I'll be
You're like, because Subway for life. And they'll be like, let's go to Subway. I'm like, no, it only lasted 10 years.
And I'm like, oh, no, I'm sick of that place.
Yeah.
I can't eat another sandwich.
Right?
Before we go.
Things that make you go.
Things that make you go.
Things that make you go.
Oh. How about a fun fact? Aaron Burr. Do you know who Aaron Burr is? Oh, come on.
A football player?
No.
I have no idea.
Aaron Burr shot Alexander Hamilton.
Oh, okay.
Aaron Burr, one founding fathers. Anywho, Aaron Burr raised $2 million back in 1799.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. To start a company to provide clean water to New York City.
Okay.
They're like, we need some good water. And so everyone's pitching in, right? But instead, he took that money to start a bank.
Oh.
Now, because of this, a cholera epidemic broke out because the water was it was raw sewage.
Oh my gosh.
It was that bad. A lot of people died. But on the bright side, his bank became JP Morgan Chase.
Oh.
And that's how JP Morgan Chase started.
Because of stealing water money.
Because of Aaron Burr. Yeah, stealing water money. Yeah.
That's incredible.
All right, that does it. Chantel, have a good Thursday.
Hey, you too.
Go check out Chantel trying to thirst trap Travis Kelce into a date. It's up on our Instagram page.
It's going to work.